Okay, let's be honest for a second. How many of us really understand like all the ins and outs of insurance? I mean, it could be a little bit overwhelming, right?
Absolutely. It's one of those things you kind of put off dealing with until you absolutely have to.
Right, exactly. But you know what? That's actually why we're doing this deep dive today, so we can like break it all down and hopefully feel a little bit more empowered about our choices. And we're in luck because we have an awesome source to help us out this Ask Me Anything session from Diversified Insurance Brokers. And these guys really went deep, like they covered everything.
Yeah, they really did. Life insurance, annuities, long-term care, Medicare, you name it. They've got it.
It's amazing. So much good stuff. So where do we even begin?
Well, I think the best place to start is with the questions people ask the most, like the stuff that keeps them up at night. So, for example, with life insurance, I think the number one question is like,
How much do I actually need?
exactly, like, how do you even figure that out? It's not always obvious.
Yeah, and it's easy to underestimate, like you think, oh, it's just to cover, funeral costs and immediate debts, but there's so much more to consider.
Right. You got to think about future income loss, too. Like, what if you're the primary breadwinner and something happens to you? How will your family maintain their lifestyle?
That's a really good point. Something I've always been curious about is, can you use life insurance as like a savings or investment tool?
You're thinking of permanent life insurance, which, unlike term life insurance, has a cash value component. So part of your premium goes into an investment account that can grow over time, and you can potentially access that money later on.
Interesting. Okay, so it's not just about the death benefit then.
Exactly. It can be a way to build wealth tax advantaged, too.
See, this is why I love these deep dives. We're getting into the nitty-gritty now. Okay, let's talk annuities. For some reason, annuities kind of scare me. Are they legit, or are they like too good to be true?
They definitely have a bit of a mixed reputation, but they can actually be a really valuable tool, especially if you're worried about outliving your savings, which, let's face it, is a valid concern for a lot of us.
Oh, totally. So how do they work exactly?
Basically, an annuity is a contract with an insurance company where you give them a lump sum of money, and in return, they guarantee you a stream of income for a certain period or even for life.
So it's kind of like having your own personal pension.
Exactly, and that can provide a lot of peace of mind knowing that you'll have that guaranteed income no matter what happens in the market.
That makes sense. So would you recommend an annuity for everyone?
Not necessarily. It really depends on your individual circumstances, your risk tolerance, your overall retirement plan. For some people, the guaranteed income is worth the potential trade-offs, but for others, investing that money elsewhere might yield higher returns.
Okay, so it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Got it. All right, let's move on to something that I think is a huge concern for a lot of people these days, long-term care.
Yeah, the costs are just skyrocketing, and it's something that most people don't plan for until it's too late.
Exactly, and then they get hit with these massive bills, and it can really wipe out their savings.
That's where long-term care insurance comes in. It can help protect your assets from being depleted by those costs.
But isn't long-term care insurance super expensive?
It can be, yes, especially if you wait until you're older and already have health issues.
So what's the best approach then?
Well, ideally, you'd get long-term care insurance early on when you're younger and healthier and the premiums are lower. But if that ship has sailed, there are other things you can do, like building a really robust retirement plan that factors in potential care costs.
Okay, so it's all about planning ahead.
Exactly, and having a strategy in place.
Okay, so we've talked about protecting our assets with long-term care insurance, but what about protecting our income? Like if we get sick or injured and can't work?
That's where disability insurance comes in. It basically replaces a portion of your income if you become unable to work due to a covered illness or injury.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, a lot of people overlook disability insurance thinking it'll never happen to them, but you never know what life's going to throw your way.
True, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
All right, last but not least, let's talk about estate planning. Does that even fall under the insurance umbrella?
It's not insurance per se, but it is closely connected. Estate planning is all about making sure your assets are distributed according to your wishes after you're gone. And you know what? Life insurance can actually play a key role in that.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, the death benefit from a life insurance policy can be used to cover things like estate taxes, outstanding debts, or even be distributed directly to your beneficiaries. It can make the transition a lot smoother for your loved ones.
Wow, I'm learning so much today. I feel like I need to take notes.
That's what we're here for. And remember, if you're feeling overwhelmed or you just need some personalized guidance, Diversified Insurance Brokers are a fantastic resource. They can help you figure out what kind of coverage is right for your specific situation.
Definitely, they're the experts. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a lot more confident about navigating the insurance world now. It's not as scary as I thought.
That's great to hear. That's the whole point of this deep dive.
Exactly. So if you're listening out there, what's one action you can take today to improve your financial security? Think about it. Could be something small, like reviewing your existing policies or maybe having a conversation with your family about your goals. Whatever it is, just take that first step. You won't regret it.
Could agree more. Knowledge is power, and now you've got it.
And that's a wrap on another deep dive, folks. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time. Bye.